Have you ever had one of those moments that just sticks with you? A simple conversation that changes how you see things. I had one on what I thought was just another taxi ride. It was late, the city lights were a blur outside the window, and I was just trying to get home. The driver, an older man with kind eyes, was unusually quiet at first. Then, he asked me if I was happy with where I was going in life. It was a heavy question for a stranger to ask. I gave him some generic answer about my job and plans, but he just smiled. He told me he'd been driving his taxi for 40 years, and this was his very last shift. Tonight was his last ride. He said he'd met thousands of people, each one a story, a universe of hopes and fears, all just trying to get somewhere. He said the biggest lesson he learned wasn't about destinations, but about the journey itself. He told me about a young woman who cried in his backseat after a breakup, and how he just drove around the block a few extra times so she could have a moment to herself. He mentioned a businessman who got a call about a huge deal he'd just landed and was so excited he paid for the ride with a $100 bill and told him to keep the change. Each passenger, he said, taught him something about life, love, and loss. He wasn't sad about it being his last night. He was grateful for all the stories he got to be a small part of. He said we spend so much time rushing to the next thing, we forget to look around at the ride we're on right now. As I got out of the cab, he looked at me and said, "Enjoy your journey, young man. Don't just focus on the destination." I stood on the sidewalk and watched his taxi disappear down the street for the last time. I never got his name, but I'll never forget his lesson. Sometimes, the most profound wisdom comes from the most unexpected places. It made me think, what journey am I on, and am I enjoying the ride? It's a question worth asking ourselves, isn't it? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.